instead of, now we're zoomed out. Now I'm going to do a region of interest, which is turn on a region of interest here. Oh. Turn on the region of interest. And I'm going to say, this is my region of interest. I'm going to draw a rectangle about where I think it is, okay? And now I'm going to say, on this region of interest, I'm going to say, set the background at 0 laser power. Why can't, I think there's, oh, there's a bleach point on there. That's interesting. Okay. What is this? Okay. I do believe I have set the background at 0. And then if I go to the region of interest, oh, good. Look, see how the laser power is at 4?
Yeah.
That says the region of interest is going to be at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now I go to set the background and I say anything that's not the region of interest, I want to be 0.
Okay.
So outside of that green rectangle, that is laser power 0.
So it'll all just be black?
Hopefully.
Okay.
Yes. Hopefully. And then, but inside it uses laser power 4.
Okay.
All right, we're going to do the same. Now the gain is cranked up, which is why it's all grainy, but that's okay. I'm going to turn the gain down to 800. Okay, oops, that's 8,000. Okay. And now we're going to do the same 512 by 512 picture and see what happens. Now there's a new folder here. It's the same name as your Z stack, except it added processed 001 to the end.
Okay, gotcha.
And if I click on that, it shows us what it is. And now it looks nice. You can, it is only that region we were trying to find.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can actually see the square or the rectangle, right?
Yeah.
It's a little grainy. If I change the LUT, you can see it better. But now it's only that rectangle that we wanted. Right? The rest of the brain is down here. And then there was a bunch of extra fuzzy parts in the sample that wasn't even there. I didn't care about. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
All right. Now, that was with 512. Now we're going to go back to acquire. And we're going to do the same exact thing, except I'm going to make this. That was a tester. We've already done, you already have a 2048 by 2048. It's a bigger picture, but you already have the same thing.
Okay.
We don't need the same exact thing. So I'm going to go up to 496.
Okay.
And now it's going to do this region of interest in 4096 by 4096. It's still going to have a laser power of 0 everywhere else, but it's only going to bleach, only going to worry about this section.
Gotcha.
So now I do start, because everything else is the same. How many minutes is it going to take? Uh-oh, it's going to be a lot, isn't it? Seven minutes. Okay, not too bad. Go back to open project. There's your process sample. Let's take a look at it. Okay. Now I assume if I zoom in here, so now I'm zooming in. Take a good look at that, get that in your brain. I'm going to zoom into the 512 and let's see if one is better than the other. Okay. That doesn't look too pixelated, but it's not as good as the 40x.
Yeah.
Okay. So that'll be something to compare to. If I go to the last one you did, which was the process of the 512, and I zoom in, what happens?
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember the 512 being a lot darker.
So this sucks, right?
Yeah.
It looks out of focus. It's just not very good. So that's a legitimate, so yeah, we got increased resolution and a better picture by maximizing the pixel, but
Mhm.
still using the 10x. Oops. Yeah, this one works way better with the, all right, so I'll put these in your folder, but basically compare this one to the 512 to the, I'm going to click on the other one you did, which is 40x, way up here, laser 4. Okay, you ready? Just look at the picture and it should
Yeah.
be more or less the same region. It's a different actual animal because the 40x slide, I made a slide for 40x which has oil on it. So
Okay.
it'll be a different animal, but you should still be able to compare it. So let's compare it to this one.
Yeah, yeah, definitely a lot more clear.
Right?
Yeah. And
So,
there's not as many uh like I noticed it was kind of like highlighting in the center portion a little bit on the last one. Kind of just like those few highlights, I guess, like in the middle of like those axons.
yeah, right here in the middle,
Yeah.
you feel it's better or worse here?
Um, well, I guess worse, just because it looks maybe like it's like bleaching or something, or maybe not
Yeah, it's definitely
really
worse.
like information. Yeah.
Yeah, like this one is much, it looks like real GFP with not a lot of background noise.
Yeah.
Whereas when we go here,
Um,
it's, you can still see some stuff, but it's pretty fuzzy.
yeah.
But you can see the beginning of the nucleus versus the rest of the cell.
Yeah. I see.
All right, so there's information in there. Let's, on this sample, which one do you want to try and bleach? Pick a cell or a group of cells. I got this one. Oops. Okay, that's our region of interest. Now let's, oh, the Z stack is more or less set for this. That's great. But we won't do the whole, let's just do the regular 2048 by 2048 one. Now, laser power. All right, 50.
Crank it up. Okay.
Crank it up. Just blast it. And it should be, let's go to set background, just double check. Set background 0. Good.
Okay.
We just want that. Let's turn the gain back down to 800. And then let's let it rip. Okay, it's only 3 minutes, right? So
Sorry about that. Then my mom was leaving.
No worries at all. It's just going through the Z stack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it definitely looks a lot just brighter, just as it's going through.
Yeah, and that is, I mean, the laser is really high.
Yeah.
This may not bleach it. I don't know. I hope it does. But oh, actually, yeah, we may not even need to do all of it. It looks like the Z stack is now higher than the cell itself.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So we've got 2 minutes of just watching it do.
So
Not,
picture.
I'm going to stop it because we actually don't. This picture isn't actually very useful, right?
Yeah.
I stopped it. I'm just going to start it again. Do the same thing. I'm just basically going gizz, 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 gizz.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Because I don't care about a blobby picture of one cell. I just want, but it still has GFP. Let's do this 3 times
And then
and
compare.
then go back and take a bigger picture and just say, did it get less bright?
Okay. Yeah.
So it still looks like it's just as bright. Which is, it's sort of a false sense of security for you guys, is because GFP, the way we do it in flies, has a really great signal.
Okay.
But antibodies do not have a good signal because antibodies are fairly limited on how well they interact. Or DAPI only has so many things attached to the nucleus. That's it.
Yeah.
And so you can ruin them fairly quickly. But GFP is just like the nucleus is just cranking out GFP just like a factory.
Okay.
So there's just so much of it. All right, that was about enough. I'm going to do one more pass. Right? Does it make sense what I'm doing?
Yeah.
I don't care about finishing the Z stack. I just like when the cell is there, I just scan through it at 50% 3 times.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we'll go back and we'll just remove the region of interest and just do the whole brain.
Okay.
So this is being recorded, but write down what we did because this is an experiment.
Okay. Yeah.
How do you bleach something and what is the effect of trying to bleach GFP in an insect brain that we have? Later, we are going to do it with DAPI later, but write down what we did. We just did one cell with 3 passes at 50%. And we didn't finish the Z stack because we didn't care about the picture. I cared about a before and after picture. I don't care about the I don't care about the cell itself picture. I just care about the whole picture, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now I am going to select all of them and just delete it. I'm going to go back to, I'm going to zoom out. Right now we're at 1000%. If I zoom out, does the whole thing. Oh, definitely turn this way back down. This should be at, where were we at? Let's do,
I think 4.
we were at 4. Yeah, let's just compare it to 4. And turn off the ROI. And the Z-stack is more or less set. It's going to take, if I do this, it'll do the whole brain. We did a triangle region of interest before. This time, I'm just going to take the whole brain since we're there. Probably, what is it, 4 minutes or so? 3 minutes. Okay. And go back and take a look. So no, it didn't care at all, did it? It did not care. It is, if we compare it to that region of interest, it was this one, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I have to zoom in here, but that compared to that, yeah,
Okay.
didn't care.
Did not face it.
Didn't do anything. All right. Bring it on, it says. Can't teach me. Okay. Okay, well, there we go. That is fun. Okay, so I'm gonna give you these now. What did we do today? We did everything 10, 12. So I'm gonna give you this one. Can I get all these at once? I think I can get you all 4 of these to you. And then, oh, you probably can't see anything right now, but I'm going into your file and just seeing. Okay, we've got a bunch of new ones for 10. Oh, that's right. When I do them all as a group, it makes new folders for everything, which is a bit annoying. Okay, I'm gonna put these then in. I'll put them in your folder, which is going to be all the stuff we did today. So it's all region. There's a couple region of interest, and then an after bleach.
Mhm.
And just add those into your. Now it's going to be a new. Your pictures are all now need to be in an actual PowerPoint folder or PowerPoint presentation, right? Where you're starting to put your pictures in and label what they are and what happened to them.
Okay.
So this will be does not bleach section, right? Just try to circle the cell that we were trying to work on and say what we did to it, and then just compare them in the various pictures and say nothing happens.
Okay.
The region of interest is a separate thing. It wasn't bleaching. It was just compare your region of interest, the good one, to the 512 small one to the 40x and say, this is what happened with your region of interest. It's a little bit better when we crank up the resolution, but it's still not as good as the 40x.
Yeah.
But it's quick and dirty. If you want to stay on the 10x, you don't want to put on oil. We had one more resolution higher than 4096. We could have gone to 91, whatever it was. So we had one more better resolution. So you could crank it all the way up there and do a region of interest and get, better information if you wanted.
Okay.
All right.
Is this
So
the manual or a separate PowerPoint for the pictures?
yeah, this is a separate PowerPoint one for pictures that's going to be due Friday.
Okay.
Your manual one, we didn't actually do anything today that you needed more. You might need today's recording just for more to see the information again, but really you should have we already had everything for the manual update. It's the on-off switch, set it, and then I think processing your information
Okay.
to make the max projection.
Okay.
All right. But I'll load those up, but that's it for today.
All right. Cool.
All right. Good seeing you.
Cool. You too. Thank you, Nate.
You're welcome, and I'll see you Thursday.
All right. Sounds good.
Bye.
All right. Bye.